Yeah, I give them credit. I thought Armello Boone at the end of the game was the difference. He hit a big three, he comes up with a huge steal. I thought he was really good, and I'm happy for that kid. We recruited him. He's a talented player. I just think the first half we didn't come out crisp like I thought we would. I thought we took some bad shots early. I didn't think we were getting good ball movement. And then we got in foul trouble. Western does a really good job. They just attacked the rim. And we were kind of daring them to try to beat us from the three-point line. But I thought the first half we didn't play well, and we're down by one. I thought, we had an opportunity because I thought we guarded them well enough. I think in the first half, they shot 38%, and we were down one. And that was disappointing. I thought we take a lot of threes, but we don't want to take bad ones. I thought we just took a bunch of bad ones. We probably took 4 or 5 really bad ones, and we got to learn from that. But and then in the second half, they kept attacking the rim, and they kind of wore us down. They got 42 points in the paint.
You're going to ask the same question I'm going to ask, but it's just shocking to look at the stat sheet and see you guys only forced 3 turnovers. Now we had 2 points off.
Yeah, Nathan, in the first half, there's a few times we scored. We didn't even jump into the presses, and it was a lot of that was our new guys. They maybe they don't understand exactly, but we had talked about that at halftime. Like, no, when we score, we're right in your guy's face. We call them tough catches, and we didn't take advantage of that. We were just a little out of sorts, a little out of character. I don't know if we're, too pumped up to play the game or what it was, but we shouldn't have been. We shouldn't have been. And, but in the second half, we did much better, but we weren't disruptive enough in our press.
Turner took a lot of accountability just a second ago, talking about how you guys instituted like a really good game plan for this game, and there was some kind of disconnect between what the coaches were telling you guys and what was happening on the court. Was that turnover thing, jumping into the press immediately, maybe the biggest thing, or what did you see in that?
No, listen, there's nobody that wanted to win this game more than Turner Buttrey. He's a special kid. He's
Bowling Green.
Grew up and look, I mean, the kid played his heart out. He played his heart out. And MJ got in foul trouble, and then MJ never got into a good rhythm in this game. And then I had to play Turner primarily at the one, and I wanted to get him off the ball so I can get him some shots. And he just never got into a rhythm. And, Turner's such a competitive kid. He's going to see everything in this game and, beat himself up, but we can't do that. We don't have time. We've got to learn from this, and we got to keep moving. This is game 2.
You also mentioned that, every day in practice or every day in film, you're talking about how this team responds to adversity is going to be kind of what make or breaks this team, especially going forward. Through 2 games this season, you've seen some good, you've seen some bad, I'm sure. What, I guess, stands out to you from this early season stretch, and what can you take from tonight, despite the outcome, to go forward in a positive fashion?
One of the things that we've got to continue to work on and get better at is guarding one-on-one. Western, they just, they get you in ISOs and they just attack the paint. I thought in the first half a couple times we bailed them out with fouls. They're driving us and we're putting 2 hands on them instead of just going vertical and playing with our chest. And we bailed them out a few times, but we got to get better at that because that's how teams are going to attack us.
Unfortunately, got those cramps at the end, or he's been on the court. It would have been a big difference maker for you guys there at the end.
It would, and Mont played his heart out, and Mont's getting better and better every time he steps on the court. He's with Mont now, and I think you and I talked about it at Media Day. We have a guy that is kind of like Kozart's jump. Kozart's first year here, we really didn't throw him the ball. He wasn't ready. Then his second year he exploded. We featured him in our offense, and that's kind of Mont. Last year Mont only took like 3 shots a game. But Mont's now a guy that we can throw the ball into and play through Mont and have cleaner possessions when we're not making shots.
You had mentioned Armello off the top, but I know you guys obviously recruited him and didn't ultimately get him. But some of the things that he showed tonight, was that what you saw from him in high school when he was at Frederick Douglass, just that ability to kind of steal, go in transition, and finish tough shots?
Oh, yeah, and then he was tremendous at Douglass and, had a great career. And, so he's a really talented player. He's doing really well. I'm happy for him. He's a great kid, too.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.